good Lord, this is a whole lot of you-know-what over a player who has not even established himself as a starter in this league. This much talk about someone who isn't even a starter and has not ever been a star in this league. Whether or not you think he will be, you can't argue what I just said there. He has not been a star in this league. Not yet. When you hear Jonathan Kuminga or Guy Santos or Steve Kerr say, hey, Dibs, your picks stink, stuff like that tends to happen on media day.
Bay Area, it's Steve Kerr.
No.
Hey, Dibs, your picks stink.
Yeah, right? Like that tends to happen. You walk around media day with a microphone, and you're like, hey, Leandro Barbosa, say this into a microphone. And they'll do it. But for the team, from their perspective, they're trying to say hello. They're like, this is what we're doing this year. Here's all the giveaways. Here's our new players. Get some pictures. Let's find out what number Al Horford is going to wear, all that kind of stuff. You don't want media day to happen while you are embroiled in the biggest offseason controversy the NBA has to offer. So do the Warriors kind of start upping the ante a little bit? Come like, JK, we got to get this thing figured out. So our offer is on the table, but it'll lower. It'll lower starting tomorrow if you don't take it. And I don't know. I don't know, but there are many who think that the resolution is coming on or by Sunday.
And the resolution will not be televised. But
very good.
Thank you. We should have some idea because you're right. If the Warriors are doing hi, this is Quinton Post, and they're doing all those different things, the last thing they want is, Trace Jackson Davis is doing his little thing. And question, let's go to Mark in the back. Trace, have you talked to Jonathan? Is Kuminga going to sign?
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do if he doesn't sign? Do you think it'll be a distraction? Like, the word distraction is going to be used a billion times. Nobody wants that.
And actually, there is a functional thing going on here, too. It's not just the, ooh, this is annoying, but, Al Horford and D'Anthony Melton and Seth Curry are not allowed. They can't be at media day if they haven't signed their contracts. And if they sign their contracts, then the number that Jonathan is able to make in year one goes down, in theory. So these things all work together. It's why all four of these free agent signings for the Warriors have not been announced yet and made official. So there is some cause and effect here. And I don't think the Warriors want to do media day and not introduce their new players. That would not be good. That would not be good for the Warriors.
It would be terrible. Yeah. And they want this done so that, and even if it gets done, he may not be at media day. Let's just say
Jonathan? Yeah, sure, that's possible.
If it all gets done Sunday in some way, shape, or form, no matter how the deal is done, and he's still a Warrior, he may not be, all the way back here yet. And they can just say, well, he's still in transit. He's not going to be here today, but, he'll be here for practice and blah, blah, blah.
And he may be super ticked off, too.
He may be. Yeah. And, I would almost bet a guarantee that he won't be at media day no matter what. Even if he,
I wonder.
Let's just say Grandy hits the sounder, whoosh, breaking news, and the deal is done, and it's a 2-year and a player option, and it's a done deal, and Kuminga's a Warrior, and he gets $75 million. I still don't know if they would necessarily want him to be there and want this to be the big part of media day. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much into it.
I don't know. I will tell you, if it's 2 years and a player option, he'll be there because he'll be all smiles and bells on. And I can tell you, I think the Warriors would get criticized if they do that. They should not do that. I will criticize the Warriors if they do that.
Yeah,
They should not do that.
I would not criticize the Warriors.
That's a bad idea.
Only if they don't trade him. To me, the worst idea is he signs the qualifying offer and he plays for 7.9.
I hear you, but again, to me, the player option thing makes it a much, much less tradable contract. It's going to lower the value of the whole thing and what you can get in return. It is also a precedent they don't want to set with their other players. They don't do this.
That's what Tim Kawakami was saying yesterday, and he's right.
Very rare circumstances that they've given it out before. Kevin Durant, Draymond Green.
Yep.
Buddy
Hield has one, but that came with his contract.
Right. He was already signed that with someone else.
I think that was the same thing with GP2. He had one last year. He opted in, but that came from Portland.
Exactly.
And Draymond had one, and he ripped up the option, and he wound up getting a new deal.
Yep.
So the Warriors don't want to be put in that spot.
All right, so Bob Myers called in to say hi to Steiny, and Steiny and Goo asked him, hey, what do you think of these three things going into the weekend, and what's probably the lead on Monday? Bob Melvin stays or goes, Warriors Media Day, what's up with Kuminga, or Niners Jags, somebody won that football game. Listen to Bob.
Well, you guys know what people call in about. I'm fascinated by the level of attention Kuminga gets. He gets a ton of attention. And you guys got to explain that. I think he's obviously drafted him. There's a big unknown around Kuminga. That's probably why he gets so much attention. Yeah, look, football is the king, right? So you're going to get whatever happens with the 49ers on Sunday. People are going to want to talk about that. But the Kuminga thing, if I had to guess on how many calls you're going to get on each of them, I think you're going to get a lot of people weighing in on whatever Kuminga and the Warriors decide.
Yeah.
Wow,
I think it's a pretty hot topic.
I agree with him because unless something goes haywire, let's say Brock throws 5 picks and the Niners lose by 20, like there has to be some sort of discord, some controversy, something to sink teeth into. That's the reason why the Jonathan Kuminga thing has had such summer staying power, is there's disagreement. There's disagreement. There's a lot that goes into that. There's emotions, there's disagreement, there's controversy, there's happiness, and there's anger. And that's what makes all of this go round. That's what the internet is.
Yeah.
So he's not wrong on that. But did you notice something else he said in there, which is I'm really surprised at how much attention this gets.
Yeah.
And I think that opinion is all over the NBA. And that opinion is based on the idea of like, okay, I get it. You've got a restricted free agent and you're the Warriors. It's a big brand. And there's some mystery around Jonathan. So, okay. But good Lord, this is a whole lot of you-know-what over a player who has not even established himself as a starter in this league. Like that, you don't find that anywhere. You will not find a comp to this in the NBA. This much talk about someone who isn't even a starter and has not ever been a star in this league. Whether or not you think he will be, I don't think you can't argue what I just said there. He has not been a star in this league. Not yet.
No, and yet he is getting a lot of this attention. And you mentioned Quentin Grimes before, and just doing a quick search on the Quentin Grimes stuff.
How's it going?
It's a lot more quiet. Daryl Morey, I think we will get a resolution in the next few days. And so it's more a sense of, look, we want to get this resolved. And, you know, Quentin probably wants to be there and he wants a certain thing and we're not sure what we want to give him. This situation's a lot more volatile because it's pretty clear. And Jonathan Kuminga has never come out and said, I don't want to be here. But the sense from his camp, and we had his agent, Aaron Turner, on the station for an hour, and he made it pretty clear that there are certain things he wants, and it's obvious that the things that he wants aren't available here. And so if you do 1 + 1 = 2, you realize that he pretty much doesn't want to be here. Quentin Grimes last year was able to go out and cook. He averaged 22 a game. He put up 50. I think,
yes.
Was that on the Warriors?
No, I think it was a little less than that on the Warriors, but he had a big night.
Right. And he had many big nights. They were terrible. He was awesome. And so it's not a question of do we want him or does he want to be here? I think both of those are true. But in this one, there's so much more acrimony below the surface that's what makes this more compelling.
I'm glad you brought up the Aaron Turner appearance here on 95.7 The Game. That and other appearances around the league, Brian Windhorst's podcast and things like that. Bob Myers, who of course was an agent prior to running the Warriors as their GM, the guys asked him, hey, when you were an agent, would you have ever done something like that? Would you have gone that public and negotiated that hard in the media as opposed to behind the scenes? Here's his answer.
Did you ever go public with something like that, or
I never did that.
Yeah,
I never did that.
All
but
right.
you know what, guys? The world is different now. It's a different world. It's a different people. There's no private. Everything's public. Everything's videotaped. Everything's filmed. Everything's social media. So I don't think anything. There's no boundaries anymore. I wouldn't have done it, but people weren't doing that 15 years ago. But now, you know, agents are out there. People know who they are. People, they have a power, and it's just not me.
He's not wrong, but when you say, like, hey, agents are out there now, sure, they're out there more. You even notice when somebody, like, this is the stupidest thing that happens on the internet, which is like some player will sign, let's say somebody signs with the Denver Nuggets, and then there'll be a follow-up tweet from a Woj or a Ramona, or if it's in the NFL, a Schefter. There'll be a follow-up tweet and be like, well, the deal is worth $102 million and was negotiated by Bob Jablonski from, and it's like nobody gives a rip except for the agent. And so the agent's like, here's the deal that we're going to strike. I'm going to give you the information, and you're going to give me a little pop on your Twitter feed that has 5.1 million followers or whatever. So that's the give and take. So yes, agents are more out there, but go ahead and give me the other agent who did this.